All right, you guys, happy Monday. I hope everybody's doing well. So I am recording this call because it is going to be action packed. But first off, want to just congratulate Esther for giving us the news that she's pregnant. Yay! Congratulations to Melissa who rocked the crap out of 30-day breakaway. I saw your video, your live video in our Facebook group, Mel. That I got so emotional for you. So congrats. Fabi, welcome. I pray for you every day that you are staying safe in those California fires, my friend. Like literally, my husband told me yesterday, babe, the Bay Area is really bad. I'm like, don't tell me that because my girl's there. He's like, and he told me that they say it's gonna get worse. I don't know if you heard that. He read an article and I'm like, please do not tell me that. So Fabi, know that we are here for you and I am on my knees praying for you guys every day.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. We need all the prayers.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here for anything you need. Lynette, I want to welcome you to our community once again. Lynette was with us many years ago. Life happened and now she's back and ready to slay. So she's our latest new coach and I'm so excited to have her on here tonight. Yay.
Thank you. Do you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm glad you're here. And then Brenda, who we can't see, has a 3-month-old baby. So she just had a baby and she's such a rock star being on this call at 9 o'clock at night. She's the one that's always like, well, she told us on Saturday at our coffee chat that her baby, right, Mel, that her baby sleeps a lot. So it's a blessing to have her on here. She probably won't have the camera on because she's with the kiddos, but nonetheless, she's here ready to learn and slay. All right. So with all that being said, I did want to go over announcements and the team calendar and everything, but I figured that because I have so much to share with you, I'm just going to share all the announcements in the team page so we can get right to work because I want to give you the goods so that we could just continue with the momentum forward. So I'm going to teach you guys today how I've been doing my power hour recently. And what I did was I tested it out. I've done this already for like about maybe 3 months and I see that it's working. And I didn't want to bring you a power hour that wasn't working. I wanted to bring you something that I've already put to the test and that we can absolutely just know that this kind of stuff works. So what I want to do is, hi Jackie, thanks for joining. So what I want to do is just remind you what a power hour is and what it is that I'm doing and see if that works for you, if you feel comfortable doing that. But what is a power hour, girls? A power hour is the powerful tool to grow your business. That's why it's called a power hour. So if you tell me, Susie, I don't have time to work my business, I usually tell my new coaches, if you have an hour, you can more than likely grow this business. The key here is doing this every day. Why? Because the compound effect takes in. Now, if you tell me, Susie, I don't even have an hour, I'm going to tell you, girlfriend, break it down. Break it down into 10, 15 minutes throughout your day. So I'm going to bring you 2 ways that you could power hour. One that is a whole hour focused and then one that is broken down. And I pray that I could cram everything in an hour because I know that after an hour, we're all kind of done. So the first thing that I want you to do is set an intention. When you sit down to say, okay, I am going to work my business, whether it's at 5 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, 12 during the day, your lunch break at work, or it's at 9 o'clock before you go to bed, I need you to set the intention. Remind yourself why you're here. Why did you want to coach? Who do you want to serve? And what do you want to achieve in this power hour? I know for me, I'm big in faith. So I'm like, God, bring me the people that you want me to connect with, that you want me to serve. I'm very big on building, his kingdom. So I'm always like, I know that people will see your joy and your love radiate through me. So bring me those people. That's my intention. And I'll just like tell myself, okay, today in my power hour, I want to connect with like 10 people and I want to, whatever it is that I'm like looking for. Like if I'm inviting to a sneak peek, I'll be like, help me to just attract 5 prospects that I could be like, yes, get into my sneak peek. So set the intention because then you're already working on your mindset. Do you see how that works? You're already like focused that you're like, okay, this is what I want to achieve. It's going to be super intentional. You're not going to scroll. If you have to put your notifications on airplane mode, like I recommend it because I struggle with that. I have to do that because if not, I'm like all over the place because I'm like, okay, if anybody reaches out, I want to like help and serve them. But then my power hour it's not effective. And that's the goal. So lately I just put my notifications on or my phone on airplane mode. And that way my mind is like, okay, this is my hour to work on me. If somebody calls me, I'm so sorry, I will not pick up because the goal is to be focused. All right. The next thing that I want you to do, so if you're taking notes, write down intention, mindset. Second thing I want you to do, and I already talked about, is think of the person you want to attract. You're going to go further into think about who is it that you're speaking to when you're doing your power hour and you're doing your posts. Who is that woman that you want to talk to, that you want to help? For me, I think of, okay, Susie, in your inviting, in your connecting, in your building relationships, remember the Susie 4.5 years ago that was in a dark place. Remember that woman that was overweight by 20 pounds or 10 pounds, whatever it is you're going through. Remember that Susie that was binge eating in the pantry because she was trying to comfort herself with food. Remember the Susie that she felt like she didn't really have a lot of friends other than her maybe close circle, and all we did was talk about baby stuff. But I lost my identity. Think of that woman. Think of the old Lynette, the old Susie, the old Esther. You understand what I'm saying? And talk to that woman. Why? Because here's the connection in the power hour. You're going to talk to the person, right, that was struggling. You're going to help that woman cross a river. You're going to show her the way. And then once she crosses that river, what is it that she's going to feel like? What is it that she's going to achieve? You are that person in the power hour, in your content. You are the person that's going to say, this is the problem. I went through this journey and I got these results. And I'm just helping you achieve the same thing. So think of that person who you're speaking to. You know, what did you struggle before? Talk about that. Or even what you're struggling with now. There's times where I mismanage my time because I'm all over the place with e-learning. So lately I've been talking about time management. How can you structure your schedule where you could take care of yourself by coming up with a schedule? So you're helping her, you know, give her the results that you have found, but don't forget to talk about what you struggle with or what you struggled in the past. So, like for example, with the 30-day breakaway, think about all those women that want to aspire to be runners. Talk about that. If that's something that, you know, you want to like promote, maybe you're doing MBF and you've always wanted to be like a CrossFit person, but didn't have the money to pay for the gym. Talk about how right now your cup is being so filled with having this type of, you know, workout, that you're feeling strong, that you're loving the slower pace, but lifting heavy. There's so much you could talk about. Maybe you want to talk about how the pantry just calls your name like it does to me sometimes. And you just make sure that you're focused with your healthy beach bars, your snacks, your Shakeology. Think of all those things that you can help. Where will that woman be when she crosses the river? And inviting. I want you to think about inviting as you are opening your door today. That's what you're doing with inviting. You're basically saying, I'm opening my door to my business. How can I serve you? Come in. Let me show you what I have. Let me show you the value that's in my boutique. Let me show you the pretty clothes that I bought. Basically, that's the analogy. But you're doing it with a lifestyle, with the tools you're using that are helping you become that amazing woman to this day. And the other thing I want you to keep in mind is that, Mel, you're muted. Did you have a question? Oh, okay. The other thing I want you to also keep in mind is inviting takes time for people to say yes. Think about for a second, how long did it take you to jump on board with me? Okay, was it 6 months? Was it a year? Was it 3 months? Did you diddle daddle? Did you have a conversation with me? Did you were like, yeah, but no, were you wishy-washy? It's the same thing. And that's okay, girls, because I admit it. I watched Christy Delgado for a whole year, right? So if it took me a whole year, that tells me that my audience is probably going to take a whole year, and that's okay. Within that year, we need to build the relationships. Now, could we speed it up? Yes. Why? Because we've learned a lot about network marketing. We've learned a lot about building relationships and about building trust. So it's about understanding that it is going to take a couple invites for that woman that's watching you to say yes. Maybe you'll get one that'll be like, I'm ready. But was that you? Probably not, right? So you know that you're gonna have to probably sit tight and build that relationship and that love with her, right? Like I remember with Mel, I would always be like, Mel, how are you doing? How you doing, baby? I'm just here saying hi. I'm just dropping in to say hi. And I just kept building my relationship with her because God put her in my heart. And I would think about her all the time. And I'm like, Mel, just want to say hi, thinking about you, you know, and it works. Because now Mel could tell me, I don't want to do Beachbody, and I'm good with it because I'll be like, Mel will be my forever friend. We built that relationship, right? Like many of you. All right. And then the last thing before we get right to the action is when you see something from another coach, because I'm going to share with you what works for me. But let's say that this power hour, you're not feeling it. Go get inspired by somebody else. Learn from the network. There's millions of amazing coaches that have so many great ideas, and you can implement them all, guys. Let's just be real, because it's either you're going to be really good at one thing or you're going to be average at many things. Could we implement a lot of tools? Sure, we're going to add value. But what I'm saying is, when you feel inspired by someone else, don't compare, rather adopt what they're doing and make it your own. So if I share with you how I invite and it doesn't speak to you, make it your own. If another coach invites in a certain way that speaks to you, adopt it and make it your own. But the goal here is just teaching you so that your wheels start turning, right? Does that make sense? So get inspired by other people and connect with your sister coaches here, because that's how you learn. For me, when I grew the most in my business was when I grabbed my wing girls. My wing girls were my other sister coaches that were in the chat with Chrissy Delgado. And I would be like, oh my God, did you do this? She said to do this. And when we started collaborating together, that was when I was really able to be like, okay, let me flourish. Because a lot of times you don't want to bother your coach because you think, oh my God, she's too busy. Not that I'm like that. But what I'm saying is I find that sister coaches work better together. So collaborate with your sister coaches. All right, let's get down to the nitty gritty. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you the tracker that I have been using. Because I wanted, like I said, to put it to the test. And I'm going to share this in the team page so you guys have it. You can make it your own. As a matter of fact, I don't mind even sharing the Canva link so that you can edit it. But the goal here is to just show you what's been working for me. So like for me last month, I hit Success Club 20. In the 4.5 years that I've been doing this, I've never, yes, Bobby, I've never hit Success Club 20. And honestly,
Girl, I am so proud of you for that. That is not easy.
thank you, Fabi. I've been working my butt off. Thank you. So that's how I know that this is working. Because I'm like, okay, if I'm doing it and my numbers went from like Success Club 10 to 12 to 14 to 16 to 20, I'm like, okay, I've got to pass this on to my team because I want it to be effective. So first thing is number one, you're going to connect. Remember, we are masters at building relationships. So this power hour is not about having like an emotional attachment. Rather, you're building a relationship. So the goal here is don't overthink anything. Just do it because you are loving on people. So at the very top, what I did was I added the date, my current Success Club points, my challengers and my coaches. Like I just put the numbers. So like that, I make sure that, you know, I know where I'm going as a business owner, right? And you could remove that or just bypass that. This is just, again, my tracker. Right under that, I put how I take action, what I'm going to send, and what is the goal or the result of what I'm doing. Because I'm trying to show you how what the action I'm doing is giving me a result. So number one, let's say in Instagram, because this is where my focus has been lately, my IG focus is my Insta followers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my followers and I'm going to set a timer. And I'm going to do like maybe 5 minutes of this, right? And I'm going to say, hi, thanks so much for following me. Are you on a health and fitness journey too? I find that the shorter the messages, the better I'm getting a response. Because when the messages are too long, I find that people were ghosting me. Because I would be like, hi, I'm a mommy, and I'm a substitute, and I've been on a health and fitness journey, and oh my gosh, I'm here to add value, and I can't wait to connect with you. So anyways, if this is for you, let me know. And there was a couple people who were like, girl, I love you, but I'm a business marketer or whatever, and your stuff is too long. And I took it as constructive criticism that I noticed a pattern that I was being ghosted. So now I'm just like, hey, thanks for following me. Are you on a health and fitness journey too? Because hopefully they'll be like, yeah, girl, no problem. I love following other people. That's usually what I get. I love connecting and following other people that inspire me. So that right there is an open communication. And because we're connecting on direct messages, they're going to see my content, right? So this is all through DM. Somebody follows you, you send that message, and then the goal is eventually you will build that relationship to make a sale. So you're starting off small, but that action compounded will eventually get you either a sale or, you know, it could be something small, even, you know, a sale as in just like, meaning like even with like, hey girl, I saw that you did the free workout today. Can I get, you know, the link? I should have maybe changed the word of sale, but it's just making that connection. All right, next up, I go to all my Insta likers. So anybody that likes my posts, I will send this message. Just want to reach out and tell you thank you for liking my post. You never know if what you're saying is making a difference or not. I appreciate you. Okay, that will eventually lead into somebody that will probably reach out to me and will come and buy from me because they know that I am absolutely thanking them for following me, and they know that I appreciate them. So I'm letting them know I see you. You matter to me. You're a loyal follower. And as a matter of fact, I got a beautiful message the other day from a girl. I'm not even going to go into that because we'll waste time. But she was like, girlfriend, I've been watching you for 4 years. And do not think ever that you're not making a difference because you surely have made one in mine. And she goes, and the only reason why I just don't jump on board with you is because I am an avid YMCA member. She goes, and I have my personal trainer there for me and my husband. We were obese, which I knew she was. She goes, and I will not let my trainer go. Like even under COVID, I go for my hour there alone with her because this girl for 4 years have helped me go from obesity to I'm a brand new woman. So these messages work. All right, next up, you go to your Insta commenters. Those are the people that are commenting on your stuff. So like I know Jackie the other day posted a picture of her results. I'm sure she got a lot of people that commented, right, Jackie? You got a lot of engagement, right? So those are the people that you can go back to and say this. Hi, just want to send you a DM or send a private message, however you want to word it, and say thank you so much for your comment on my post. I love seeing your feedback. Are you on a health and fitness journey too? Because you're thanking them, you're letting them know you saw their comment, and hey girl, you know, are you on a journey too? Because if you're commenting on my stuff, like let's connect. Even if she says, yeah, girl, I'm doing Arbonne. Awesome, girl. Like, I'm going to applaud her. I'm going to be like, you go, girl. Like, if you are working on your health and fitness, I'm going to cheer you on from the sidelines. Okay? So what you're doing is you're already creating a new engagement right there. They open the door to making a comment on your post. You have every right to go in and engage. Next up, go to your past polls. So I don't know if you girls know, if you're on Instagram, if you go to your 3 little lines and you go to insights and you go to content you shared.
Sorry, Susie, can I interrupt you for a second?
Sure.
Can you, I'm a little Insta, I guess I don't know. What 3 lines are you referring to?
Oh, sorry. Okay, so go to your profile. And on the top right corner, do you see the 3 lines? Awesome. Click there. Click on Insights. This is why I wanted to do the Power Hour with you girls, because I know a lot of times we're like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, yeah. And then when we do it together, we actually like learn. And then I went to my content you shared. And then I went to, in the very top, it says any reach or last year. I put last 7 days. No, I'm wrong because these are my posts. Where did I get the polls? Sorry, hold on. Oh, stories. Instead of content you shared, I clicked on the wrong one. Instead of your posts, go to your stories. And then you could click on like the last 7 days, yesterday, or the last 14 days. So I click on the last 7 days and all my stories pop up. And what I did was I looked for a poll because I've been trying to do a lot more polls because people like to click, 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 click. Yes, Fabi, you have a question?
I had no idea you could do this.
I know.
This is eye-opening. Stop. Sorry, that was my daughter going
No, it's
crazy.
okay. I know this is gold, and that's why I was like, okay, I have to bring it to my team because it's working, and this is how we learn. And I have so much in store for you. I think I've been shut down for months. I'm not gonna lie. I've been shut down and super depressed, but I am rejuvenated. I have so much to offer you and share with you that I literally want to go live on the team page every day. Like from now on, I swear, I'm gonna just go on and show them what I'm doing because this stuff is working. Okay, so I've been doing polls almost like every day or every other day because I know that people love to click. So, and that's how you get engagement. So go to your like most recent poll if you have one. If you don't have one, do one tonight and test it out. But basically, I just look for like a poll that I've done. See, like right here, I have one that I said, let's go. And then I put ready. And then the other one was help me. So I'll click on that. And whoever liked the poll or engaged on the poll, those are the people I'm going to go talk to. Okay. So when I say past polls, this is what I'm talking about. So then what you'll do is once you go to all those people that engaged in the poll, you could send them a DM and say the message that I actually put here, which is, hey, thank you so much for clicking my poll. I really appreciate your feedback. Are you on a health and fitness journey too? Again, you're always asking that question because then that opens the door to a conversation. What does the result do? That lines up a potential challenger. Why? Because you're starting to build relationship. You're letting them know, girlfriend, I see you. Thanks for your feedback on my poll. That with the compound effect, that person could lead to say, I'm ready. I saw that you valued me. You saw that I was there engaging on your poll. Thank you for valuing my activity, and that could lead to a potential challenger. Any questions on that so far? Because I know I'm throwing a lot at you right now. Jackie looks like if she's Pobrecita. After a hard day of working with the kid, she looks like if I've lost her. Pobrecita. How is everybody doing? Thumbs up. Do I keep going or any questions? Jackie, you're muted.
A lot of good material. Yeah, don't worry.
No,
I
know, and I
my
understand.
oldest here still awake and everything, so but I'm
I
listening
appreciate
and very
you being here. Yes.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that I'm not losing anybody because if you need me to stop and ask questions, I will.
No.
Okay. I know I'm throwing a lot of information, but the goal here is that I want to teach you, and then you guys, the great thing is that you could always go back to the recording when I post it later on tonight or tomorrow. And if you need to do this and break it down with time, we can do this. Again, I'm really thinking about going live on the team page every day to just show you what I do so that way you never feel like, oh my gosh, I didn't catch up. Every day, if I'm there, then maybe you girls can be like, oh, I see what she's doing. And then you start getting the habit of it. All right, moving on. Facebook challenge group. So that's where right now my group is kicking the butt the most because I'm still getting glitches with the bot groups, girls. I'm not gonna lie. I have customers that are sending me messages and they're like, girlfriend, I don't like it. Just today, one of the coaches, Elda, that's on our team, she sent me a message. She's like, I'm like, you've been lost. She goes, girlfriend, I don't feel it. I don't like it. She goes, and honestly, I've been using Monet lately and I'm like trying to sell Monet more so because I'm not feeling like activity with Beachbody. And I'm like, Elda, I get it. If you are not all in the group and in the challenge group, you're not going to have belief in the products. And if you don't have belief in the products and in the community, it's hard to share. I get it. So you know what? Normally in the past, I would have been like, oh my gosh, how did I fail her? You know what? Today I looked at it very differently and I said, Elda, I'm here. I'm here when you're ready, baby. I'm still going to move forward. You've got to show up in your business if you want to. I'm always all about the community and I'm always here for you. So when you're ready, let's go. Because I'm going to move the train forward with or without you. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just that I've got to build my dream too. I've got to build my business too. So the goal here is to move forward. But yes, belief definitely comes in that. So in the Facebook challenge group, what I'll do is I will go back to somebody where I could see all my members. And if I see somebody has been missing in action and they haven't been posting a lot or they've fallen off the wagon, I'll go back there. Why? Because girls, your past clients or customers are great for always like rejuvenating them with like belief and stuff, because they can be lifers that will be with you forever. So I go into my, challenge group, and I look for people that have fallen off the wagon, and I say, hey friend, I was just thinking about you today, and I wanted to check in and see how you're doing. Are you still getting your workouts in? Catch me up. Something as simple, just letting them know, like, I'm thinking about you, you're lost, which is what I did with Elda today. And she came clean. She's like, yeah, girl, here, just not feeling it lately. I'm struggling. My husband lost his job. I'm looking for all avenues of income. I've been using Monat for a while. Like, that's where my focus is at, but I'm still here working out, not really liking the bod group. And I'm like, I get it. Do your thing. Come back in the challenge group. Let me know when you want to do a one-on-one. Why? Because this can educate someone on Shakeology or our products. Because if they've fallen off the wagon, you could say, well, what have you stopped doing? Did you stop your shakes? Did you stop your workouts? And if they say yes, remember, educate them on what Shakeology can do. It's the most amazing product out there. What does Beachbody do? It makes sure that you get your workouts in from anywhere you're at. So it's educating people our tools. All right. Next up, I go to all my inactive coaches. And remember, if you're a brand new coach and you don't have this yet, this is still good to learn, because you will get coaches and you will get customers and prospects, and you're going to want to know this stuff, because this is how you connect and build relationships. So I go back to all my inactive discount coaches, and I just pop up and say, hi, just want to check in on you. Are you still needing my assistant? Like, are you needing my group? I'll say something like that. Like, are you still needing my assistance? Are you still needing my group? Are you still working out? I miss you, girl. Why? I'm helping out a challenger. Although she's a coach, she came to me first, more than likely, to help her with her health and fitness journey. So I'm reminding her, hey, I'm here to help. Where have you been? I miss you. You were part of the team. Are you still needing me? Okay? So these are the actions. Then I'm giving you what I'm doing, and then these are the results. Remember, when you do this every day or every other day, you're building the compound effect, which does come into play with big results. All right, moving on. So then I go to my friends list. All my friends or followers on Instagram. When people tell me, well, I don't know where to go, and I've already reached out to all my people, I'm like, no, girl, go right back to the letter A and start from scratch. I don't care if you only have 100 followers. Those are 100 people that you could go and send a message to. So I will literally go to my friends list or my followers, right? I'll click on followers, and where it says search, I will press the letter A. And all my followers that start with the letter A come up in a list. So whenever you are like, I don't know where to go to, right? We have a list right here to work from. All your followers, people, because this is your audience. These are the people that want to know about you. These are the people that are following you. Clearly, there's something about you that is catching their attention. You can go to them. And what I do is I just say, hey, just sliding into your DMs of some of the people that follow me that I haven't been able to connect with one-on-one. Thank you so much for following me and friending me. Are you on a health and fitness journey too? I'm just letting them know again, hey, dude, I see you. Don't think that I don't appreciate you following me. What is the result? I re-engage with an old challenger, because you never know if they see themselves as being a customer, and what you're doing is you're re-engaging that relationship with a simple, hey, thanks so much for following me. Haven't connected with you on one-to-one. How are you doing? Or thank you for following me. Are you on a health and fitness journey too? And you can even change the question, because sometimes when I look at their page, I'm like, shoot, they are on a health and fitness journey. So I'll change the wording and I'll be like, hey girl, how is that fitness journey going for you? Are you finding the accountability that you're needing? Or are you being supported like you should be? Because girlfriend, I've got a plan in place. I've got structure. I've got accountability. I've got support. So if you're needing that, hit me up, my friend, because I'm ready to link arms with you. Like, you could come up with so many wordings to let them know I am here to serve you. All right. Moving on into a Facebook interest group. So I don't know if you girls know that literally you could be a part of any group on Facebook. you could write down, make a list of all your hobbies. I always talk about it. Mel's laughing because we've talked about this before. I'm obsessed with my doggy. So yes, I am part of a Shih Tzu group on Facebook because I am obsessed with my dog. He is like my most important child right now. He comforts me in ways where the other ones don't. The other ones are like, mom, I'm hungry. And I'm like, speak to the hand. Toby doesn't ask me for one thing. Okay, so you could go into those groups. If you're into Monet, go into a Monet group. If you're into running, go into a running group. If you're into, like for me, I love connecting with Catholic moms that have their kids in Catholic schools because we talk about mass, how to help the poor, how to fill up the pantry. I can go in there and just start up conversations with members that are there. And what I do is I just send them a private message on Facebook Messenger and I'll be like, hey love, I just joined this Facebook group, or I'll say I've been on this Facebook group for a while. I noticed you've been a member for a while, so I thought I'd reach out and say hi. Girls, can I tell you that I did that the other day? And look at the message that I got. Really quickly, if I could find it with all my messages. I was just like, oh my God, this is God working through me 1000%, because the poor girl was like, oh my God, thank you so much for reaching out. I needed this. I lost my husband. Here she is. Really quickly, bear with me because it's interesting. She puts, hey, I haven't focused in the group in a long time since my husband passed. So right away, I'm like, woof, she lost her husband. This is deep. I stopped and I'm like, Susie, compassion, empathy. What is your purpose here? It is not to make a sale. Like for me, at that moment, it was not. Even though the result says Hit Success Club, because this is a relationship that will hopefully get me to, sales and will reach a goal if I do this with the compound effect when you do with a lot of people. But in this particular message, I was like, okay, the result goes out the door. Because when we do things from a place with zero expectation, guys, can I tell you the secret? You find the joy in inviting. You find the joy in the business when you're not expecting not one thing. And lately, I'm going to do an open confession. I've had to dig deep. I remind myself about doing the things that bring me joy in this business. Because I don't know about you, but 2020 has been hard. COVID has been hard. E-learning has been hard. Hurricanes have been hard. The tropical storms have been hard. Losing members, losing jobs. So much has been hard. People quitting on me that it's just like questioning myself if I'm a good leader. That I'm like, okay, Susie, go back to what brings you joy. So she writes, I haven't been active in the group in a long time because my husband passed. So I wrote, oh, Devin, I am so sorry. I had no idea. I hope this is a community you can lean into. I'm finding that through this pandemic, we really need to lean on one another. How can I pray for you today? Girls, she comes back and she goes, you just brought tears to my eyes. I needed a prayer for being patient with my future. I feel like I've lost so much when Sean left that I am struggling with my new norm. This is a woman that's hurting. And God put me in the path to console her because all I said was, hey, saw you a member in this group. Just wanted to reach out and say hi. Okay? If you're a faith goer, am I building kingdom impact right now? I am. And can I tell you something? That is the most rewarding thing of Beachbody, because Beachbody has shown me that I have a platform to reach people, not just for the sale. Does that make sense? Do you see how much joy I'm finding in these connectings now? Like in these connections, it is a game changer. And that's why I feel I hit Success Club 20, because I am loving on people. So anyways, whatever, after that, I tell her, I got you. You're not alone. I'm lifting you up in prayer right now. How long did he pass? I will be praying for Sean. And I sent her a little quote, a verse, a Bible verse. And we went on and on and on. She even told me of when he passed, exactly the day. I asked her about if she wanted to, if I could send her anything to send her a smile, yada, yada, yada. We had a whole long conversation. We started getting into voice messages. It's been amazing. Okay. So that's the goal of going into Facebook groups and just saying, hey, just wanted to say hi. All right. We're almost done with this one before I give you guys a quick break, and then we're going to do the really quick ones of the pockets of time. Personal friends and family. Girls, this one I gotta tell you that I struggle with. I struggle so hard going now to my friends and family. I was having like palpitations the other day. I'm like, oh my God. But I was like, Susie, think about all the people that in your family that maybe are having palpitations to reach out to you too, because they're probably embarrassed to say, girl, I want to lose weight. So I made a list of my family, like a couple, and I was like, okay, Susie, just do it. And I sent them a text or a voice message, and I was like, hey, how are you? I just wanted to let you know I'm running a fitness challenge group like I do every single month, so no surprise here. Like saying, you know what I do. And then I put, but I wanted to know if you wanted to join, or if you know anyone that would want to join. I normally work with strangers, but want to test out this new program, get testimonials and feedback from people I trust. So I thought I'd ask if you know anyone looking to lose weight or get in shape. Can I tell you that I did it to my 3 cousins? And the first one was like, girl, I've been waiting for you to ask because I am 20 pounds overweight. But right now she's like, I'm in New York. I'm trying to get settled in her college. She's like, I promise I'm going to get back to you. Whether she does or not, you know what? At least I put it out there. And girls, I got rid of my fear. And then I reached out to my other 2 cousins. One was like, hello, I'm in Tennessee helping out the poor. And I'm like, okay, get back to me when you're back in town. And the other one was like, yeah, I'm all in, but super stressed. I just got today told as a teacher that the program that we learned has been taken away. I'll get back to you. Whether she does or not, at least I did it, guys. I reached out to my family, okay? What did that do? The result is having a convo about a product. Because at the end, if they come back and say, I just need the workouts, boom, bought subscription. All right, intentional. This is the last one before we go into, no, sorry. We still need a few more, sorry. Okay, intentional. So intentional means someone that you really, really have on your heart, or that you're going through your feed and you're like, okay, I really want this person to be on my team. That's being intentional with your business. Like I have seen a couple girls that I'm like, oh my God, this girl, there's a girl called Yanni that I'm always like, you are my dream coach. And she laughs, oh my God, you're so funny. And I'm like, I have a girl crush on you. Like I've been building a relationship with her because there's people that I literally stalk intentionally because I want them on my team. So what did I do? I sent a message. Hey, how are you? I was thinking of you today and I don't know why I've never reached out before since I've been a coach for a long time, but I have a new program that we're launching. I want to invite you to try it. I'm going through the program myself and thought it would be fun to invite some peeps I actually know. Whether I know them or not, I'll change the wording because sometimes I know them from like school or whatever, and I just didn't have the courage to ask. The result is that hopefully they'll ask about a product, whether Shakeology or the MBF that I've been super happy with, I'll share that product. Do you see the connection here that when you are intentional and you do the conversation and then that and the compound effect will lead you to them saying, yes, I'm interested. You know, even if it takes a whole year, that's the goal. All right. Last page, success partner, critical girls. This goes back to my wing girls. Find yourself a success partner. If you want me to be your success partner, I'm honored. But if you don't want it to be me, that's cool too. It could be any coach in the network, any coach. Reach out and be like, girl, I love your vibe, okay? And I'll send, like I did with Katie. Katie, I met in NLC. And we lost touch a little bit like during COVID. And the other day I was like, Katie, like, I need you, babe. I sent her a message and this is what it is. Hey, fellow coach over here, super awkward reaching out to people I don't really know yet, or in this case, I knew Katie, but I'm saying, but that's what we're here for, right? I love how you run your business. Do you have a success partner? Looking to collaborate with somebody like you. Can I tell you that I did that years ago with Dixie? I had this massive crush on her on social media. I didn't even know her. And I saw her at a Super Saturday and I'm like, I have a girl crush on you. Can you be my friend? And she's like, of course. And then I was like, can you be my success partner? She's like, of course. And me and Dixie have collaborated for years now. So what did that do? That strengthened my retention. Why? Because I'm building community. That at the end doesn't have to be a customer. Maybe she's not happy with her coach and she could come and be like, you know what? My coach fell off the wagon. She quit. I don't have an upline. I'll jump on your team. That happens too, guys. And it doesn't mean that you're stealing them. It's just that does happen. That's the reality. I've had a lot of people tell me, hey, I was with her, not really feeling it. She dropped, quit. Can I go to you? And I'm like, it's your take. Go back to your coach, talk to him. And if you're good, come my way. I reached out to Katie because I was like, Katie, I need accountability. to fit in all the freaking calls and all the things. So now every Sunday, me and Katie send each other the picture of the Rise Planner, which is the one from Moro Kusaba. So like that, I know that that's my success partner when it comes to my schedule. All right, next, connect, find new inspo, meaning for you. Fill your cup with a positive mentor that's out there. It could be someone like Mel Robbins, Brene Brown, Tony Robbins, anyone. It could be a big dog or not, but find accounts and follow 2 or 3 coaches or mentors that when you go through your feed, you're like, yes, babe, girl, you give me the vibe. Like I'm obsessed with Brittany Leggett. She's a top coach. I follow that girl every day. I get inspiration from her. So do that. Every so often, fill your feed with coaches that you like, that you look up to. At the end, that result will be in selling a challenge pack. You know why? Because you're going to be so filled with inspiration that I guarantee you that that energy is going to be put to serving your people. Okay? And then there's the follow and unfollow. Every single day, go follow 25 new accounts. And what I've been doing is, once I follow 25 new accounts, which will hopefully lead to sign a new coach, because that's how you add to your network. I also go to my Instagram, and I'm going to teach you this. So if you want to grab your phone, I've been doing this already for like a year. And you go to the 3 little lines. No, sorry. You go to following, who you're following. Give it a minute, scroll down, because my Instagram sometimes the little wheels there and it's a little bit like it takes long. Sometimes it'll tell me cannot load users. Do it again, scroll down again. Let it retrieve the people you're following. And then you should get something that says least interacted with. And then it tells me 49 people you have not interacted with lately. Go through those accounts, and if there are accounts that you no longer want to follow, just unfollow them, because that way you're not following a million people. The ratio of the numbers they say on Instagram is that you should be, you should have more followers than what you're following. So when I add 25 new accounts, I go in and I unfollow 25 based on this list. Because a lot of times I'll be like, oh, I'm going to follow like Marshalls, I'm going to follow Ross. And then later I'm like, why am I following them? They're tempting me to buy, and I don't want that. So, or sometimes I'll follow like Food Network, and I'm like, no, I don't need that. I have my own meal plan. Like, so there's like a lot of accounts that I'm like, Poncho, why was I even following them for the first place? Let me unfollow. If it's somebody that I haven't interacted with, but I still want to follow, then leave them and go say hi. Lena, you have a question? Yes. Can't hear you. Nope.
Hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Where is it that you went to see that? The followers?
You go to your own followers where it says following. The people you're following at the very top. Click on that. And then it's going to give you like a blank screen. You got to like scroll with your finger so that Instagram retrieves the people. If you scroll down with your finger on a blank white screen. Scroll down. No?
No. It's showing me the people that I'm following.
Yes, those are the people. But at the very top, does it tell you least interacted with? There you go. Look at it.
Oh, there?
Least interacted with.
Okay.
Click on that.
Okay.
It gives you an entire list of people that you have not interacted with lately.
Oh, that's a lot.
Right. So you could unfollow all those people if they're not serving you. If those are people that you don't want to serve. Because sometimes we we start following people that we're like, hey, that's not really going to be somebody that I want even on my team. And that's okay.
Yeah, celebrities.
Right, exactly. Girl, I stopped following J-Lo a long time ago.
Yeah.
That was never going to be my client.
Do Miami.
Or like Pitbull and things like that. I think it's all fun, but I'm like, no, you know what? I want to follow people. I mean, it's okay to have everybody, runs their business differently, and it's okay to have all the fun stuff. But what I'm saying is there's times where I'm like, okay, let me be intentional about my business, and I'll just start unfollowing people. Look at Fabi laughing at me. She knows.
No, I'm just thinking I follow The Rock.
There you go. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I get you, girl. No, I think it's awesome that we get to see like where are our priorities, where, you know, and who we want to follow. And sometimes it's fun. Like I follow Ling Wang. I think he's hilarious. Some people don't like him. I do. I think he's funny. I like when he starts going, hablar inglés, mi hermano, let's go to school. Like I just laugh with that. So there's times where I want to have that on my feed because I laugh with my kids. It all depends on what you're looking for. All right. So that is the last thing that I wanted to share regarding this connecting power hour. I'm going to stop share for a minute. And I want you to just, because I know I threw a lot at you, right? I know, I feel it. But do you see how valuable this is when it comes to loving people, connecting, building relationships? So if you want to say something now, before I finish off with the last few little things about the business, the busy one, is there anything you want to add or say or ask?
Susie, you do all of those things within the power hour?
Yes, in
Or
1
you
hour,
just focus
I get
on-
all that out. Yes.
Okay. And you target a certain amount of people per
What?
like activity? Do you target a certain amount of people per activity?
I just put the timer because Jackie, I find that the
Okay.
timer for me works better with my mind, so I don't go squirrel. Let me put a load of laundry.
Yeah.
Whereas if I put a number of people, then I'm chasing the number, and I used to do that, and now I'm like, no, Susie, don't chase the number. Chase the people to serve them. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Because then when you take out the expectation, Jackie, you find the love in the business.
Do you usually like add people and wait for them to add you back?
No, I'll add. I'll add.
You add?
Yep.
Okay.
Because I want them to see my stuff. I'll send them a message. And then remember, that's why I follow and then I unfollow so that the numbers, you know, the ratio stays on point.
Okay.
Susie, this
Anybody
is a fantastic tool.
Isn't it?
I love it.
I am
Like
so glad.
it is exactly what I needed.
Thank
like-
you. I've been working
Same here.
so hard.
Thank you. I think this is going to help me tremendously. I can't
Yeah.
wait to take it to my team as well. So when you can, post that up. Let's get
Oh, I
started.
will. I
Yeah.
promise. I'll
Yeah.
post it tonight.
It-
Yeah.
I
Doesn't
have to
help
go, ladies.
organize-
I'm so sorry, but I have to head out. I just wanted to say thank you so much, but I got to feed the
Wait.
family.
Let's take a really quick picture. Wait, really quick. Ready? 1, 2, 3, cheers. Team calls my favorite night. All right. Thank you for being
Thank you.
here.
Bye, ladies.
Right. Okay, girls, 5 more minutes, and I promise I'll let you go. Does anybody have anything else that they want to say or ask before we move on?
I just wanted to tell Jackie, also, when you start adding people, it helps that you start liking their stuff and commenting like, what a pretty dress. Your photo came out beautiful. Oh my gosh, what are you eating? Stuff like that. Because although they might not interact with you at first, eventually they'll start seeing your name pop up so many times. So then they'll start saying like, oh yeah, my dress is from Ross, or oh, I bought that at TJ Maxx, or oh, I bought that at Macy's. You know what I mean? So it's just like,
Yeah,
you just
but
start
like I see that, like I understand that point, but for me it's hard to add so many people and like keep track of all those people, you know?
Don't track it. Don't track it.
Because I don't have that much time to be like dedicating to like feeding into so many people's feeds, you know?
No.
no, you don't. Just pick like 1 or 2 people and just
Yeah.
start like,
Yeah, just
I
comment
know.
on 2 or 3 people. Just start off very small. You're just growing
Yeah,
your
that's
network.
what I need to do.
You know what I mean? You start growing your network just so that you start building relationships with people. Like if you look at this business, like I'm gonna just make friends. It's different.
like that's a really cute
Because when
Instagram.
I
Where
think
is
about
it
the
from?
25 people, 50 people, I get so overwhelmed.
Go. Take the number away. That's why I wanted to do this today. Remove all expectations. I remember I was in a training like 2 years ago that they were like, you need to invite 100 a day. Jackie, I was burnt out. And can I tell you, my business didn't even change. It's about conversations, connections,
I
loving
agree, yeah.
people, adding value. That's how our businesses are going to grow. I'm telling you, I've seen it. I put it to the test. And I've been doing this for years, but it didn't click to say, coño, this is what I've been doing. And that's why I decided to put it on a tracker. Okay?
Also, get out of your comfort
Awesome.
zone. Get out of your comfort zone. I just started getting into a group, Mom with Tattoos. Guys, I don't even like tattoos. I have one tiny tattoo and it looks like it's fake. People think that it is like a sticker. Like people have rubbed it and been like, that is not real. And I'm like, I promise it is. I am in a group of Mom with Tattoos. Guys,
Love it.
everybody that knows me knows that I hate tattoos. I mean, if that's your jam, go for it. I hate tattoos. I have one.
Good.
I have one and it doesn't even look real. People rub it all the time and are like, that is not real. And I'm like, I promise it is.
And that's okay. Tattoos don't have to be a brand.
Like trying to embrace my uncomfortableness.
That's
I literally, before this meeting, I was wearing a tank top, and because of this, I ended up putting the shirt over myself.
no, Lynette, don't do that, girl. That's you. No, my friend. Remember, we're not trying to make you fit in a box.
I know, but still, it's like sometimes I'm ashamed of it. I'm like, that
No.
was when I was going crazy at one point. I thought I was like young.
No, don't be ashamed, Lynette. You are perfectly imperfect, and that's beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Any other questions? No? Okay, so I'm gonna finish up so we can wrap up the call. And I want to share this because I know that some of you work, so it's critical to now break this up, right? So this is what I did. I created this tracker, which I will also, I promise, put in the chat. Okay, so what I did was I said, okay, let's do busy day power pockets. So when you have 5 minutes, you're gonna add to your network without any expectation of how many. Just say, ding, 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 I'm gonna follow these people. So what I do is like I go to Fashion House because I love Fashion House, and I'll go into the account and I'll literally go to their followers. And when I go to their followers, I'll just go click, 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 click. If I see that in their little profile, like it's a girl that I, that I feel like if I could connect with, and I'll go click, 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 and I'll just start following people, okay? Because in the end, you could always start seeing their stuff, and if they're not your people, guys, just unfollow. The goal here is just to get new eyes on your stuff. You could also, in 5 minutes, interact on your stories. So literally just go to your stories. You could even go, wee, go all the way to the back. Like literally, wee, go all the way to the back and just click on wherever you want and start looking. And on strangers, I'll click and I'll be like, oh my gosh, that's such a cute shirt. And I'll be like, oh, cute shirt. Or I'll just send a little emoji. Sometimes I won't say anything. I'll move on to the next account. Whoa, this one's a little like weird. Okay, let's unfollow this one. Like that. 5 minutes, just interact on your stories, right? Okay. Then you could also interact with followers. So if you have 5 minutes and you're at work, let's say you have a bathroom break and you want to just do this, you go to your followers and then just click on the account and just be like, what is she up to? Oh, let me look at her feed. Oh my gosh, she went to freaking Singer Island. Oh my God, I was just there, girl. And you interact, something like that. And then you could interact in your feed, literally scrolling. When you're scrolling, this is intentional work though. Scroll and make sure that you're loving on people. Like, oh my God, that's such a cute planner. Where did you get it? Oh my goodness, you lost 5 pounds, girl. Slay, congrats. Like love on people. 5 minutes. When you have 10 minutes in your job, that maybe you need a walk or you have a snack break, invite or re-invite. Go to your hot list and say, who am I gonna invite today to try the sample workout? It's free, so you shouldn't feel embarrassed about saying, hey girl, have a new running program. I have a free sample, wanna check it out? I'd love to get your feedback. Like there's nothing wrong with that. Or you could answer any messages. You have 10 minutes. Or you could check in your challenge group if you have a challenge group going. Or you could answer your emails. So you're breaking down your power hour in pockets of time and you're running your business in pockets of time. So when people tell me, Susie, I don't have time, I'm like, I got you, boo. I'm going to break it up in time. Okay? When you have 15 minutes, go to your stories and set a timer for 15 minutes and invite. Invite the people that are watching your stories. You literally could go down and you could just be like, hey babe, how are you? Tried out a new program, free sample, girlfriend thought of you. I see you're watching my stories. Do you want to check it out? I'd love to hear your feedback. Honest feedback. I trust you. Let me know. Like something very friendly. Just hey, and then invite from your stories if you have 15 minutes. Or you could go to your followers, invite from your followers. Or you could go follow up with people that have told you, I'm interested. Okay, or maybe somebody was like, I don't know, they clicked the poll, follow up. Hey girl, circling back with you, I had you on my mind, saw you're checking out my stories, did you see how I tried a new program today? Girl, I got you. Sample link is ready to be sent out to you through email. Drop your email and I will send you the workout. Like, just spruce it up with energy, with love, like, girl, I'm just here to invite you, and if it's not for you, it's all good too. Remember, you're still gonna move that train forward to build your dreams. And then the last thing is in 15 minutes, if you have another 15-minute break at work or your kid is like eating and you have a 15-minute break, check your back office. Make sure that you got your Success Club points. If you sold a challenge pack, make sure that if you sign up a new coach, she comes out of your thing. Make sure that if you have a team, whoever's going inactive, check that too and be like, hey, you're about to go inactive. You're gonna lose your volume. Like, are there any products that you might need? Just a quick reminder so that you don't lose all your stuff. Or you could go to new leads. Because remember, as an Emerald coach, you get free leads from Beachbody. So go to those free customers and be like, hey, thanks so much. I'm your Beachbody coach. Need any help? Because you're making commission off those free leads as an Emerald coach. And then the last thing is when you have 20 minutes, you could either talk on your stories, literally like, oh my God, hey, how are you? Here I am with my team. I love this. Whatever you want to do. You could also add, locations, hashtags, mentions, all those things on your stories when you have 20 minutes, or craft a post. Do a public invite. My next challenge group starts September 14. I'm looking for 5 boss babes. Are you in? Come up with a post, an awesome picture of you, high energy or a transformation, like looking for people to slay with me. Let's go. I have a community. When you have 25 to 30 minutes, let's say you're putting your baby to nap and you're breastfeeding or whatever, share a call to action, whether on a public post, on your stories, like a real call to action. Like this is, what I have to offer. This is who I'm looking for. This is the deadline. This is what you need to do. Click the link in my bio or send me a DM or drop your favorite emoji. That's a call to action. And I know that takes time because I know that for me, I sit and I'm like, okay, what am I inviting to? What woman am I speaking to today? What do I need to share with her today? That's a specific call to action, and that does take time. Or share 5 stories of your everyday life. If you have, those 25, 30 minutes, share about your dog, share about something you bought today, share a movie you saw, share about your kids having lunch, other than Beachbody. Your stories should not all have Beachbody. When I go back to mine, sometimes I'm like, okay, Susie, you have way too much Beachbody. And that's when I know I got to switch it up. So I'll call the boys, what are you guys doing? Oh, we're doing homework. All right, hold on, let me go to your room. And I'll be like, kiddo's doing homework right now. And I'll show that I'm a mom too. I wear my mommy hat too. Or sometimes my husband will be cutting the grass and I'll just be like, ooh, hot babe cutting the grass. Just showing that I'm normal just like them. All right. And then the last thing is when you have a commercial break, if you're watching Netflix, because I know everybody watches TV or Netflix, girl, I'm going to challenge you. Every time there's a commercial, go invite. Invite from your stories, invite from your likes, invite from your followers, re-invite, follow up. And then when you're done with your commercial break challenge, then write down how many invites you got in. And that's just to kind of like have a measure of how many you did. Like, again, don't get focused on the number, just to show you, okay, Susie, in the last hour that I watched a Netflix show, I only got 5 invites in. Was it worth it? Maybe I could do 30 minutes of Netflix and then spend the other 30 minutes inviting or building or connecting. Does that make sense? Do you see the correlation here? How sometimes if you're going to build a business, guys, we've got to make the sacrifices and the priorities. Sometimes I know Netflix is a distractor. It's self-care that you're distracting and you're enjoying that time alone or with your spouse or whatever, watching TV, but we don't have to binge watch or do a marathon when you're trying to build a business and you're trying to build your dreams. Because this business is about leaving a legacy. This business is about helping people. This business is all about community and being the light and being that voice of hope. And if you look at it in that light, this business will serve you, I promise. And on that note, I will not talk anymore because we've been at it for an hour and 5 minutes and I know you girls are tired and you probably want to go to bed, but I just wanted you to see what I've been doing and it has been a game changer. And for the days that I've been feeling really low, I find that this is bringing me joy because I'm loving on people. I'm building relationships and I'm adding value. Yay or nay? Yes? So has this been helpful? Yes? Awesome. Anybody want to unmute and share?
This was
Extremely, extremely helpful, Susie.
Good, I'm glad.
Now I finally understand like the concept behind Power Hour besides inviting, because inviting is very vague,
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like when I would think inviting, it's like, I don't know, it's a bit scary,
Yeah. Yep. Been there.
There's a lot of different forms of inviting.
Absolutely. I've been there. Esther knows. When I started as a coach, Esther was one of my first coaches and I called her. I'm like, come to my house. I'm terrified. invite with me. And me and her would do power hours, and we were like, how the hell do we do this? And I learned, right, Esther?
Yep. Sure was just like that.
Just like that. And I would be like, what the hell are we doing? I'm so scared. But you know what? With time, I started getting better and better and better. And guys, like 55 months consecutively in Success Club. That tells you that I've been able to build a business. And I'm bringing in thousands of dollars a month to my household just sharing. So look at that. Like, oh my gosh. Even like 100, 200, 500, $35. That'll compound. What can that do for your family, right? For taking care of yourself and just share your journey. So I want you to look at it like that, right? And we're building community. People get to see that we're friends and we're leaving a legacy, right? And legacy is what? It's leaving a little part of you, of your love into other people. That's what that is, right? So I'll leave you girls with that if nobody has any other questions. Lynette, do you have any questions, baby? Because I know you're brand new and you're looking, and that's good because you're learning. I can't hear you. Nada. Nada.
Hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I wrote everything down from
Good.
all your PowerPoints. And let me tell you, before I have done Herbalife, I've done a lot of MLM companies, I've done a lot of things. And hearing you speak, the way that you talk about how to do everything, it's like amazing compared to anyone else that I've ever spoken to.
Thank you, Lynette. That means so much to me because I'm big on my team, and my team is like my family, and I want to bring you what's valuable, and I want you to see that, to me, this is not just about a paycheck. It's about really impacting people. And I think that when you can understand that, the paycheck will come because people will see that you're coming from a place of love.
That's why after years, I went back with you.
I know, baby. Thank you. Thank you. That means so much to me, Lynette. It really does. It really does.
I have a quick question,
Yes.
or actually a confession and a question. I
Dale.
was going to tell you today, Susie, like, I'm going to do the workouts, but I don't even know what to post. I'm not going to post. Like, so then I was like, you know what? I need to refocus. And then I did the refocus thing that I posted earlier today. And then, I don't know, just like I got inspired. I did the workout and I went live and did all the things. So I got inspired. That's my confession. I'll tell you, Susie, I don't have no idea what to even post. Like, help me, girl.
I love it.
Is there any way that you could do the IG story thing and put it like to Facebook? Because I don't know how to do that.
Yes. So if you have your stories saved on your phone, literally you could go to Facebook, and then in my phone, it tells me add to story. I click on the little plus sign and you could upload all your stuff there too.
Yeah, but I'm saying like the IG story thing, that was my first time using it. Like I went live and then I did like an IG, not an IG story, an IGTV. That's what it is.
Oh, the
Sorry.
IGTV? No, you got to do it live on Facebook.
Got it. Okay.
Because IG has IGTV and then Facebook has lives.
Yeah, that was like my first, I don't even know what I was doing. So I was like, okay.
No, that's fine. That's what we learned.
Also, what was I gonna say? Oh, the veggie burgers. How do I count that in
It's
my
a red.
containers?
A red. It's a protein.
So it's not a vegetable.
No, because it still has protein in there, and the protein count is higher than the veggies.
That's what I was thinking, but I wasn't sure, and I wanted to make sure that I counted properly.
Yeah, I checked when I looked at that because I thought it was veggies, and when I looked, I was like, oh no, it's a red. It's considered a red.
Okay, good.
Susie, I have a question.
Hi, Brenda. Yes.
How are you?
Good in you.
Susie, are you going to share the what is it called that you were sharing, the checklist that you
Yes,
were
the
showing
tracker.
us?
Yes, I'm gonna upload it right now to the team page right now.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so what I'm gonna do? Yes, Lynette, you have a question?
Look at the photo I just found.
Oh my goodness! Look at you. That's us. Look at
I
us.
was blonde, completely blonde.
Yes. What year was that, Lynette?
2017.
Incredible. Incredible. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Full circle moment for us. All right, girls. So I think that's about it. I would love to stay with you on for longer, but I know it's late, like I said, and I know everybody's tired, and I want you girls to work. So what I'm gonna do is I will post the recording of this call in the team page, so you could always go back in case if you need any clarifications. I will upload the tracker. And what I think I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna try to go live every day to show you what it is I'm doing. That way, if you can't jump on a call or you need motivation, you could go to the team page, click my live, and you'll see what I'm doing. And maybe that'll feel like if you're working with me, even though we're not doing it together. Or if you ever want to work with me, just say, hey, I'm ready to work. Do you have some time to jump on a quick power hour? I will. I'm the type that I'll be like, I'll make it happen. If I can, it's because I really can't. Other than that, I have more stuff to show you and teach you. I like, there's so much I want to share, but for now, we'll leave it here. If there's other little things, I'll do a live on the team page. And then other than that, girls, next Monday, we have a sneak peek at 8:30. So we will not have a team call. That will be the team call. Because I'm going to be talking with Becky and Janet Maceda to do a sneak peek for the entire Diesel Nation. So if you have people that you want to say, hey, do you want to be a coach and join my team? Get them in that sneak peek. And then there, next Monday night at 8:30, we could all be together. You guys could do the chat and they could see the community, bring the fire. And then, you know, that's a challenge that we now can invite to that sneak peek. So if you have any other questions, let me know. I'm here to serve and help you in any way I can.
For the Susie, for the chat that you're gonna do next week, is it the next week, the
sneak
21st?
peek? Yes.
Yeah. Is that for new coaches that we
For
have?
people
or
that
for
want to be a coach.
prospective,
For people that want to be a coach.
that they want to work the business?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is. So if you have somebody that right now lost their job and they need to make income, you could say, hey girl, I got you. Check it out. You have nothing to lose. You're just going to watch a call. And if you feel tugging your heart to do this with us, you join. And if not, that's all good too. Cool? All right. So I took a picture when Fabi was on. I'll post it also in the chat. So that way everybody has a picture. So if you want to share and talk about training, how you're never alone, team community, all that good stuff, then you can do that. Otherwise, I'll let you girls go. I'll post everything. And if you need anything, just let me know. I love you all. I will talk to y'all soon. Have a great night and stay safe. Bye, girls.